Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Harry and Meghan avoided the paparazzi by sitting in the front row of the World Series. The fruit jam saleswoman and her husband made a surprise appearance at Dodger Stadium on Tuesday night, joining the crowd for Game 4 between the LA Dodgers and Toronto Blue Jays. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were spotted sitting front row, just ahead of Dodgers legend Sandy Koufax, cheering on Meghan's hometown team. Meghan showed her support in an oversized white button-down, dark trousers and her signature blue Dodgers cap, one she's been seen in many times before. Harry coordinated in a black blazer, white t-shirt and dark trousers, eventually donning his own Dodgers hat as the game got underway. Although some fans booed when the Sussexes were shown on the big screen, the couple appeared relaxed as they watched the matchup, which ended in disappointment for local fans as the Dodgers fell to Toronto 6-1, tying the series. Other familiar faces in the crowd included James Marsden, Austin Butler, and Sydney Sweeney. While this marked Harry's first World Series appearance, it wasn't his first taste of Major League Baseball. The couple previously attended the 2019 London series between the Red Sox and Yankees, the league's first ever regular season game played in Europe. We've discussed how on Sunday, Meghan posted a short series of videos from a local pumpkin patch, showing Archie and Lilibet enjoying the outing alongside their grandmother, Doria Ragland, and family friend Markus Anderson. The clips also included a time-lapse of Prince Harry carving a pumpkin at home in Montecito, but within hours the video disappeared from Meghan's Instagram feed. The reason for the quick deletion appears to be privacy. In the background of Harry's carving session, the couple's children could be seen running around, blurry and distant, but visible enough for followers to recognize their faces. For a family that has closely guarded its children's privacy since stepping back from royal life, the moment was unusual. By the time the post was taken down, screenshots had already spread on X and TikTok, prompting commentary from royal watchers and tabloids alike. The Royalist Substack reported that the Sussex Communications team moved at lightning speed to remove the footage, calling it an extraordinary lapse for a couple so protective of their children's images. An unnamed publicist told the Royalist, "It's all a bit too convenient. The clip gets attention, the internet explodes, and suddenly Meghan's brand rollout is on everyone's radar." Cynical marketing aside, the clip does have people asking about Markus Anderson and why he always seems to be around. In June, Hello magazine reported on the Sussexes' visit to Disneyland. They wrote, "Meghan's longtime confidant, Markus Anderson, is believed to be the man seen with the couple as they toured the Californian theme park. He appeared in various photos wearing a light blue shirt, jeans and a cap, and in the images, Meghan used a heart emoji to obscure his face." In March 2024, the US Sun published a column under the Royal Fox, which reads, "It is also said he introduced Meghan to some of her best friends, including Amal and George Clooney and her reported stylist, Jessica Mulroney. The Powers both had a reasonably normal upbringing in comparison to their A-list friends. It's not clear how the duo met, but they are frequently seen traveling together. In 2018, they jetted off to Madrid together for a getaway with friend and fashion designer Misha Nonu. They've also traveled to New York together and been pictured all over town in Toronto, arm in arm." Hola.com's October 4th recap of Meghan's appearance at the Paris Fashions Show mentions, "Also present at the show was her close friend Markus Anderson, the businessman who once played a key role in Meghan and Harry's romance, as he was the one who introduced them." A source tells OK magazine Meghan would love for Harry to be involved in whatever she's doing, but that's not how it played out. So this is something she'll have to do by herself. She's prepared to go at it alone and will stop at nothing to make a success of As Ever. Moving on, Prince William is reportedly deeply unhappy that Prince Andrew has technically retained his title of Duke of York despite no longer using it publicly, and is expected to formally strip him of it once he ascends the throne. According to the Daily Mail, William is dissatisfied with the compromise reached by King Charles, which allowed Andrew to keep the title in name, though he agreed not to use it. Royal author Tom Sykes told the paper, "William is deeply unhappy with what he sees as a bodged agreement on Andrew. He wants him out, and he is likely to do this as soon as he can, almost as soon as he becomes king. William is planning to formally banish Andrew from the royal family." As king, William would immediately strip Prince Andrew of his title, but he might also consider removing the titles from a number of others. He is looking at the whole family and wondering if it should be streamlined, and if so, how, but currently there are no decisions beyond one. Andrew is almost certainly going. Royal expert Helena Chard told Fox News Digital that William is looking into the future with a solution-focused lens. He is far more ruthless than his father. He always takes the harder line. He can see reputational damage escalating for the royal family and is reviewing a decisive way forward to combat further scandals. He realizes it's harder for the king to deal with his brother than it will be for him to deal with his uncle in due course. However, he feels his father has teetered too long with the kid gloves approach. Prince William and the whole royal family are fully supportive of King Charles taking a stronger stance against his brother. William would prefer a swift, clean break with Prince Andrew before things decline further. He also hopes to shield the king from the damage. An insider tells Closer, William's absolutely convinced that the monarchy can only survive if it is streamlined and scandal-free. And in his view, that means Meghan and Harry need to be cut loose completely, the insider says. He wants to keep up the momentum and hold his father to his promise, which was to slim down the monarchy together and cut ties with hangers-on who profit from their connections to the family, even though they're not serving royals. William is taking Charles' hard stance on Andrew as a huge victory. It's something he's been after for ages, and in his view, it's paved the way for Harry to get the same sort of treatment. William reportedly issued a royal ultimatum telling Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie their titles could be at risk if they didn't convince their father to finally move out of Royal Lodge. The claim comes from broadcaster Emily Maitlis, who famously interviewed Andrew for his 2019 Newsnight appearance. On the News Agents podcast, Maitlis said there were reports that William met with his cousins last week to apply pressure. Maitlis said there was a question over whether there had been earlier in the day a meeting between Prince William and the Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie saying, you guys have got to get your dad to move out of Royal Lodge, otherwise we will start re-examining the state of your own titles. They are at the moment allowed to be princesses, but there was a bit of pressure, we understand, being put on the princesses to say this is going to happen. Obviously, you can see why Andrew as a father would want to keep their daughters happy and keep their titles in place, come what may. The discussion came after reports that Charles, returning from his Vatican visit, had planned to personally confront Andrew at Royal Lodge, a symbolic reading of the Riot Act. But according to Maitlis, the palace pulled the plug once the media caught wind, she said. What happened, I understand, was that the palace then got very nervous, and when they saw the choppers and helicopters, they thought this has all got too big. This has got out of control. They cancelled the whole thing, she said. The king just went straight home and never came by. More palace in just a moment. A new review with no name of Palace Intrigue has invited us to be kind. 1 star. Prince Andrew's personal banner displaying his coat of arms inside Windsor Castle's St. George Chapel has been quietly removed in what royal observers are calling a hugely symbolic act. The banner, which hung beside Prince William's, represented Andrew's place within the Order of the Garter, the most senior order of British chivalry. It was first raised in 2006 when the Duke was appointed a Knight of the Order. Its removal, however, is rare, traditionally reserved for instances of high treason or rebellion against the Crown. A source told The Sun it was removed at the most convenient moment. The banner's design included the 3 lions of England, the harp of Ireland, and Scotland's lion rampant, with an anchor symbolising Andrew's naval service, a design similar to the one borne by Kings George V and VI when they held the same York title. Photographs taken over the weekend showed the banner still in place, but by midweek only an empty bracket remained above the choir stalls. St. George's Chapel holds deep significance for the Duke. It is where he attended the funerals of his parents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, and where his Order of the Garter membership has long caused quiet unease among courtiers, following his £12 million settlement with Virginia Giuffre, who accused him of sexual assault allegations he has consistently denied. While the Duke has refrained from joining the Order's public ceremonies since 2019, he has continued to attend his private luncheon each June. Historically, 40 knights have been expelled from the order since its founding in 1348 by Edward III. In past centuries, a disgraced knight's banner would be unceremoniously thrown to the chapel floor and kicked into a ditch outside, a powerful symbol of dishonour that in Andrew's case appears to have found a quiet modern echo. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, Facebook, Instagram, all the social hub spots. and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. And maybe we'll try to be kind and get more than 1 star. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to... that would be no fun, would it? I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.